This video is supported by Profit Accumulator. Profit Accumulator helps you to earn extra money by doing something called match betting. Match betting isn't gambling. And when you do it properly, and I mean properly, you can't lose. So get involved right now. Click the link in the description and sign up to Profit Accumulator right now.
Hi and welcome to the Stats Review Show with me, Cecil G, and I'm back with James B, and we're gonna go look at, well, what happened yesterday. Let's go, let's talk.
We've been excited for this one, haven't we?
Oh, I've been smiling from ear to ear all day today, since after the match. It's been a great weekend of football.
It's been a great weekend.
Yeah.
I'm ecstatic. I'm so happy still about the result. Like, I've got till Thursday to be happy about it. So anyone who's saying, oh, we didn't win the league, or just leave us alone. Like,
days.
We've had some bad years, especially some bad away days. We've also had some really good times,
of course.
FA Cup wins and stuff. But that record away at the Big Six was pretty abysmal. We know the whole 29 games without a win, all that. And we've gone to a team that was confident. Their fans were very confident.
Very confident.
I know, very confident. A lot of pundits weren't expecting us to do much, but we turned up. And I think the best bit was that we had faith in Arteta that we could. Well, a lot of us had faith in Arteta that we could. Some didn't. But that's okay. You know, he's still got a lot to prove, in fairness to the manager. And as I said yesterday in my fan cam, like, that we've not answered everything now. We're not the finished article.
Oh no, definitely.
And let's just disclaimer at the beginning. We know we've not won the Champions League.
Yes, we're very aware, people. We know we haven't won a cup. I get it. We was excited yesterday, but listen, there was so many things to be excited about. If you could watch back on the live stream and just go through everything at AFTV that was going on, and we're excited. It's a good result for us.
Yeah, it was a good result, a very good performance. Yeah. And it just restored some faith if anyone had any wavering doubts over over Arteta and what he's trying to do with the club. So,
and we're aware that there's still things that the team needs to work on. We understand still going forward that there are some issues, but
exactly. So let me enjoy this. Okay? Let me enjoy this.
Let's have fun.
This is a stats review show. We're here to look back. So let's go into it. You know, with this sort of stuff, we like to start with just the sort of the headline stats. Should we just go through some here?
Yeah, let's go through it.
Manchester United have lost at home against Arsenal in the Premier League for the first time since September 2006, ending a 13-game unbeaten run. Yes. It should never have got to this. This is the thing.
I know.
I'm laughing and celebrating. Like, it should never have got to this stage, but it did. Okay, we can't do anything about that. It did get to this stage, and we did it.
We did it.
But look, I mean, this is what I tried to say in the preview show. Like, there's 5 draws in those matches. That's not. Anyway, we won't go into it. United fans would have perhaps expected that to be a few more W's, a few less.
Yeah, a few less draws and stuff. And I just feel like.
But we were expecting a few more L's for them.
So big time.
We've got it now. This next one. Only Chelsea have won more Premier League games against United than Arsenal. Oh. That's 18-16. I've put maybe Ty was right. Maybe they should be scared of us. Only Chelsea have beaten them more in the league.
No, I'm not coming for Ty anymore. I've learned my lesson. I've learned. I know he's very positive and he has a very, at times, outlandish opinion, but you know what? He was right. So you have to bow down to the guy.
The guy was, I mean...
It's mad.
He was, he stuck to his guns. He said it with his chest. Good on him. But
fair play.
Yeah, I thought that was an interesting stat. And the next one, Arsenal have won away at a Big Six club for the first time since a 2-0 win against Man City in January 2015, ending their 29-game winless run. So, that's a lot of L's and draws, but
that is.
We finally did it.
We did it, and I'm just going to say at the beginning of the show, obviously in the build-up show to the game against United, me and James were very sure that Arteta was going to go out defensively. We're putting in touch on this a bit later in this episode, but we thought he was going to go out defensively. We advised, not that he would listen to us, we advised it would be the best. It'd be the best way to get the win. Just to soak up pressure and hopefully get them on the counter with Aubameyang and the likes of Aubameyang, like I said, going forward. But that was not the case.
No, totally went and played.
We came and
Yeah, and you're right, we will go into that more, but it was really encouraging that not only did we win 1-0, and if someone said to me before, you're going to win 1-0 and it's going to be a penalty, your automatic reaction is cage game, tricky contest, maybe we were quite resolute and snuck something. That wasn't it. We totally outplayed them. We totally outclassed them, like in every area of the pitch.
Yeah.
We pressed better. We were better in the final third.
Agreed.
We were more organised when we were in a deep block. We kept possession nicely. Everything. We even created more chance, had more possession, had more shots. Totally dominant performance. But let's go into this is a passing matrix now. The reason I brought this up 2 weeks in a row is because last week's was so horrendous.
Oh, it was amazing.
A reminder to anyone who didn't see it.
It was incredible though.
Basically, passing matrix will tell you the most combinations between players in terms of passing. So yeah, Gabriel to Xhaka was the most, and then Xhaka back to Gabriel was the second most. And by a country, I mean, I think Gabriel passed it to Xhaka 38 times. I think that was the number.
Yeah.
So I wanted to look at this because it suggested to me just a much better balance. We, now for a bit of context, forgive me, I don't have quite the right numbers in my head, but we completed about 470 or so passes against United.
Blimey.
Against Leicester, it was about 560. We didn't complete that many less against United than we did against Leicester, who we were on the whole on the ball throughout the whole game. But if you look at this, it's just a much better balance and combinations. I mean, if you look at here, obviously, Gabriel to Tierney, we do a lot of our building from the back, so you'd probably expect that. Tierney back to Gabriel as well. But El Neni having a lot of pass combinations there. Willian into Bellerin, that's good to see because Bellerin was often overlapping. Partey out to Saka, that's really encouraging to see. And then Bellerin forward into Willian in attacking areas as well. So there's just a much better balance in our passing, rather than the top three last week being Gabriel Xhaka, Xhaka Gabriel, and Mustafi to Gabriel.
Yeah,
so
terrible. But this is a lot better. This is a lot better. And on this note as well.
By the way, this doesn't include Leno.
Okay, cool. So on this stat here as well, we were shocked by the passing matrix, and I was very shocked that Partey didn't receive the ball in the last game against Leicester, and he was getting frustrated. Like we said before, there's a lot of video evidence of it, and he was the least passed to because it all went down the left side. But in yesterday's game, the number, I think it's 58 touches he had on the ball. It might be, he had the highest amount of touches.
Slightly more, I think.
Yeah, it's 58 or 48. He had the highest amount of touches within the team. Completely different.
Yeah.
From touching the ball the least to touching the ball the most, it just shows like it's a completely different game plan that Arteta went with, and it clearly worked. I think Partey was class. So yeah, you look at these passing matrix, it's always good to see and to kind of break down the game. I feel like we haven't got fake confidence. It's not just a confidence that's not backed up through the stats. We are very confident in how well we played and the stats back up as well.
And on that, about the sort of fake confidence you said, as in we're not blindly guided by a good result.
Exactly.
Like, we're happy with the performance, and the stats, as we're going to go through a few more here, show exactly why. This next one should really hammer it home. Our two sort of highest pass makers were our two central midfielders. That's what should happen in football.
Yeah.
Your central midfielders, all action, are contributing to the attack and the defence. They should be seeing more of the ball than anybody else, and they did. 65 passes, El Neni, 60 for Partey. That's excellent.
That's great. Yeah,
I'm so happy with that. And yeah, we're playing out the back, so you're going to see Holding, Gabriel, obviously Leno make a few passes. You're going to see that as well.
Yeah,
that's part of our style. And also, United aren't going to give you much space in the final third. But this makes me really happy.
Yeah,
I'm really happy to see El Neni and Partey doing
that.
The
midfielders should be dictating play, and throughout the game, I really believe they did. Just watching it was
two-man midfield, bossed a diamond. Yeah. So 4 men.
Yeah.
Totally and utterly dominated.
Yeah, that was like, Ollie tried to change up his tactics throughout the game. Didn't matter. We dominated in the midfield.
It didn't work for them. What have we got next? Thomas Partey. We want to break down 3 players in particular who did really well. Thomas Partey is the first one. Look here, tackles, he was second. Possession gained first, 11 times he gained possession. Touches, 85.
Wow, well off, but
85. But you're right, he had the most touches of any other player. That's everything you've been saying. Against Leicester, we didn't get the ball into him enough. And this time we absolutely did, which is fantastic. Total duels, first again. Total passes, second with 60. Passes in the opposition half, second with 39. Just What
Deserves
a
it.
performance. What a
Deserves
performance.
it. Deserves it.
And he deserved the man of the match. He was totally dominant. And there's certain stats you can't get, but like his skills, his nutmegs, his ability to turn in certain spaces, and he was phenomenal.
What I was massively impressed with was his tenacity and the way when he lost the ball, the determination to get the ball back was. It's like watching just like a young player when they're trying to prove themselves. I know it sounds crazy, but when you lose the ball, you're like, no, you've got to get it back. But he was completely on that, and he was a cut above. I think I said this in the live. He was a cut above, and along with Gabriel and El Neni, also class. But Thomas Partey coming into a new squad and a boss in the game like United, it's not an easy task. So
I haven't even got his recoveries stat because stupid me forgot to write it down. But he was right up there for recoveries as well. He was superb. Gabriel's the next one to mention. What a performance. I mean,
what a player.
Him and Partey are probably the two best signings we've made in 10, 15.
Yep, say it with the chest. I agree.
No, but I mean, genuinely, I think Cazorla's up there as one of our Koscielny, but these two are up there with two of the best signings. So look, okay, maybe I'm getting carried away. It's early on. We haven't seen them for more than a couple games.
But
fair enough.
But what we're seeing
suggests that we've got really good value for money. There's not £80 million on each. It's 27 and 45. Yeah. Even if they're not playing quite at the level they are, they're very good value for what we're getting. But they've looked class. Again, Gabriel.
And Maguire, both two players combined. So
someone made the point yesterday. I think Pogba's world class on his day, but someone made the point. Pogba 90 million, Maguire 80 million, and they were both outshone by Partey and Gabriel. Yeah. So we've got to be super happy with what we've got here, at least for now, and hopefully it carries on. But look here again, tackles 5, he made the most, clearances second with 5, total passes 49, just shows you how willing he is to get on the ball, but also he's got the second best pass accuracy with 92%. Yeah, he's getting on the ball a lot and he ain't losing it from the back, especially when you can be pressed at Old Trafford by, Man United's front line or whatever. He's not losing the ball.
He's comfortable on it.
Yeah, a couple interceptions and second lowest for possession lost. And just a little bit of context to that possession lost. Maitland-Niles lost at the least and he was only on about 10, 15 minutes, maybe not even that. So he basically, of all the starting players, Gabriel lost the ball the least times, which again plays into the passing accuracy and how often he's getting on the ball. He was just class.
Above. Yeah, and like you said, the passing accuracy one stands out for me because I'm very keeping a close eye on Gabriel and he wants to play forward. Like as much as he does keep it along the back line, he wants to play forward. He looks for that pass into the midfield or straight into the striker's feet. So that is impressive. Very impressive.
It was brilliant. Impressive. Now, our brand new shiny toys, Gabriel and Partey, obviously were class yesterday.
Yeah.
There's one other man.
Oh, no, come on, show us. Come on.
He was so good.
Come on, El Messi.
He showed El Messi. he showed another side of his game yesterday when he would get the ball and drive forward. If the pass wasn't on, he was able to carry it. He was superb. Him and Partey interchanged effortlessly. They were interchangeable in the role they played because while Partey is a level above, in my opinion, he's an elite midfielder. Yeah. They're very similar in terms of Partey's more skillful than El Neni, but they both have a similar style and very dynamic. Can be box to box, like to get on the ball. Partey's just not infinitely better. That's harsh.
No,
but over the years he has been. That's not unfair.
That's not unfair.
The level they've been playing at, Partey's been much better than El Neni in it. But this season El Neni's been class, and he has given Arteta no reason to drop him. Only Sabas and Xhaka have looked quite good, but he got the faith yesterday. And look at that. I mean, total passes 65, successful passes 58. He was top with both. Passes in the opposition half, top for that as well, 39. Touches, he was second with 75. Interceptions, third with 3. Passing accuracy of 89%.
Yeah, class.
He was excellent.
I just, I've got to commend Arteta as well because when he dropped Xhaka, I'm going to be honest, I didn't see that one coming.
No.
And I didn't expect it, and I don't know if it was the right decision, but El Neni took that opportunity with both hands and absolutely dominated.
Well, we were more dynamic. Like Xhaka, whether you love him or hate him, I think everyone can agree that he's got certain strengths. Yeah. But one weakness of his is for sure his dynamism. He for sure lacks legs at times. His stamina's good. He'll go for 90. But El Neni and Partey have a bit more bite about them when they're able to get from sort of one area to the pitch far quicker.
Yeah.
So I thought he was excellent. I thought El
class.
Neni, you know, massive round of applause for him as well.
Yeah,
he was really, really good.
Wicked. It seemed like a whole new signing.
Yeah.
I was like, who's this?
He did. He did. Who was your man of the match? Because I give it to Partey.
Yeah, I gave it to Partey as well. I feel for El Neni because he probably had, not the game of his life, that's harsh. We could have plenty more games like it, but it was so unexpected. And like you said, we've got our shiny new toys and everyone's got their attention on them. And we should really do you know what? No, I'm going to give it to El Neni. I'm going to change it right now. Yeah, I like do you know what it is? The underdog. I love an underdog, and I feel like he deserves the praise, and he's got it here, but he deserves more of it over our new shiny toys.
He deserves to be spoken in the same bracket as Thomas Partey and Gabriel for the performance he delivered yesterday. Let's go into it's back. This is why we're here with the TV, because I just thought there are a few things worth talking about. We've got the special episode. Obviously, we're very happy about yesterday's win. And you know what? If we can't do this for special occasions, why not? Why do it? So this was for the general shape of both teams. I sort of want to talk about our general shape, our defence we pressed, our attack, and why the attack's sort of been going so well. So this is our general shape. Now, it looks like a back five. A lot of people will argue that we played a back four, Tierney was left back, and you know what? I think we did, but that was only because we had a lot of the ball.
Yeah.
And for anyone who just doesn't get it yet, we have two different shapes when we have the ball and when we don't. This is when we don't have the ball. Not always, but this is on the whole, when we don't have the ball, what we do. And when we do have the ball, it'll be something a little more like this.
Yeah.
Right? Saka still doesn't come to infield, but he'll hover in this area there, and Tierney will come to left
Tierney
back.
was getting forward quite a bit.
He was yesterday. He was getting forward quite a bit, and he might provide the overlap there. Now, from a defensive perspective first, there was one thing I really liked, and that was our press. We were so aggressive.
Yeah.
And I believe the key to doing that was these two players here. Partey and El Neni.
Of course.
The energy and dynamism they have allowed for us to press and recover so quickly.
Yeah, they set the precedent for the whole game.
They absolutely did. And I thought Lacazette was key to that as well. He worked super hard. And I thought these three players, Bellerin, Saka and Tierney, also deserve a big mention because it's their athleticism and dynamism as well, ability to get back. When you look across this 11, there's no slow player. Holding the slowest of the lot, but even he's not slow.
He never got caught out of
position
he was never chasing back, which was
spot on. So we had a very dynamic team. We had a lot of energy. And what we did on the press was basically, if I just get rid of this, what we basically had when United had the ball, so we've got a little football.
Oh, this is new.
I know.
Okay.
I know, we're just every week just getting that little bit more.
Yeah, Robbie's upping the budget more and more for us every week.
Yeah, we've got a football now. I'm so excited.
We'll have fans. Actually, no, we won't. go. Lockdown. Damn.
That's true. If Maguire had the ball here, or wanted to pass it into Fred or McTominay or whatever, we defended like this. We often had this barrier here. It was like a four-man barrier, like, try get round us then.
Yeah, because I remember seeing Partey, I wish I could stand up and show you guys, but he was always shadowing the player behind him, because I kept saying, he's gonna pass it in that gap, and he was literally cutting off the gap every time, and I was like, oh wow, they've really worked on this, because that's what they'll do. Yeah, and El Neni was literally covering behind, but he was always trying to just stop the line of the ball being played through the line of the attackers, shall I say, or midfielders. So,
well, we did. I noticed that and I thought, this is a really aggressive press. And the beauty of it is that because Partey and El Neni are so dynamic, Partey can easily do that, and El Neni can go press. Yeah. It's super simple. And you know what? If you think you're a bit outnumbered in that central space, you've got a back five anyway. We'll just highlight it here. Yeah, you'd have that back five there, but you can have Saka coming inside. Yeah. So we were really, really aggressive on the press, and it was so good to see. And if we needed to drop, if they did beat the press, which I'm not trying to super go in on United, but when they did, which was very rarely,
I didn't see.
We just tucked back in. I'm making mistakes here. We just tucked right back into our shape, like this.
Because because I didn't see Greenwood get on the ball hardly. I don't think at all, if I'm honest, in the game. I know Gabriel was heavily tight on Rashford. I made a mental note of that. He was sticking to him like glue, which if I'm honest, was amazing because he's the one that was in form. And I did say before that he might be the distraction. But even if, which he could have been, but they never really utilised it because Greenwood never really got in or got on the ball, in my opinion. Rashford was just stuck. Gabriel had, I think there was one time I saw Rashford target Tierney and he dealt with him. So
I'm really glad you pointed that out. When Rashford came into that space there, Gabriel always went with him. Yeah. You're so right. And basically, he would slot in there and there was cover. There we go. We had an answer for everything that United did when trying to play. And it was so good to see. Let's go through what we did from an attacking perspective. Again, when we were attacking, it looked more like this. Yeah. In fairness, something like that, whatever. Now, I think when we came out of yesterday's game, there were quite a lot of people saying, so happy with the performance, we were really, really good. But if I've got one slight teeny criticism, it's that we still didn't create that much. And that would probably be fair. I would say, look, it's, United can hurt you. We were right to be somewhat pragmatic and careful, whatever. But actually, I was watching it back and I was thinking, I think this was a good step in the right direction for our attacking shape. Because I saw a couple of things. When we were attacking them, because obviously their back four is going to be a bit tighter, so if we just rearrange them there, Aubameyang was more central. Lacazette was holding the space quite well. He wasn't coming quite as deep to get the ball. He was to tackle. Lacazette was coming deep to tackle. But actually, when we were attacking, he was up on their centre-backs.
But Aubameyang was coming across as well to help out.
Aubameyang was coming across.
He was more in the centre, you're right.
And what we always had was a 5, whether it was there. We always had 5 men, and this is how it worked. Either Tierney got up the pitch, and Bellerin came up the pitch to provide width, and Willian would come more central. Sometimes Willian would hold his width, and Bellerin would come into that inverted wing-back role and try to get the ball. So whether it's one pass and out. And then other times, Tierney, in fairness, as I said in my fan cam, didn't get forward that much, and it would be Saka who was pulling out wide. Or Aubameyang would come out wide and Saka would get into that role. But we did really well to keep 5 forward players, so United were constantly guessing. And one of our best chances came from Willian playing, where was it? Basically around here. Yeah. Willian playing that ball through to Bellerin, who just crossed it to the back post.
Yeah, that's when we saw
Aubameyang. We were very unfortunate.
Yeah, when Aubameyang did that, and he just missed. He really slid forward and just missed it, which was... Yeah,
it was one of our best moves and moments of the game.
They do that quite a bit, Bellerin and Aubameyang. They find that pocket of space and utilise that passing formation just to get a lot of goals or at least break down barriers within other teams. So
I agree.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was very good. I feel like that is a lot of people's criticism. We're not creative enough, but we have to give the team and
we have to give it time.
Because we've got the defence now. We've got the best defence in the league at the moment. Like Arteta's slowly building up, and we did mention like Klopp did this. He did this, and he worked from defending from the front and built his defence from the front. Had the best attacking front three, and then worked his way back down. Yeah. We're doing the opposite way. We're going from defence to attack, and it's getting there. Don't get me wrong. We still have amazing attacking players, but right now, I feel like a lot of Arsenal's games they'll be low scoring because we're playing to a system, and if we stick to this system, it will work. Some teams will be easier to open up, but other teams it's going to be difficult.
I agree. And look, one last thing, because you're right in everything you're saying, and the thing that made me so happy was seeing Aubameyang in those more central roles. We saw that chance where Lacazette pressed and then basically played it into Aubameyang, who was basically one-on-one with goal. Well, not one-on-one on goal. Lindelof was there, but he had a good sight at goal. Yeah. That was encouraging to see as well, like getting him on the ball and running at Lindelof in central areas. But I was just sort of thinking back to yesterday, and we looked so good playing out the back, and going forward creatively, we did look better. And I think what Arteta's added is, I'm going to call them passing links. He's basically taught players where to be to keep the ball moving. So when Bellerin's pulling wide, pulling high up the pitch, and Holding's out wide, Partey's always there. to provide a link.
Yeah.
Or El Neni's there. Or if Willian's really out wide, Bellerin will come inside and provide a passing link there, and it passes on. He's taught players very, very cleverly. Maybe even Lacazette will drop in there as well. Might come back, might come into Lacazette.
Yeah, these are different patterns of play. They would have worked on this throughout training. Like
He's
most
honestly,
top teams do.
yeah, he's honestly taught the players how to move and cleverly offer options to keep the ball going and keep the ball moving around and beat the press and make the opposition run.
Yeah.
And I think to a degree we tired Man United yesterday. Not because we were zipping it around super quickly, but just because we beat their press and kept the ball so well.
Yeah, we didn't let them in the game at all.
And I think this is a big part of why we looked so good in possession yesterday. It's because of the way Arteta's coached us to keep the ball. And in fairness, even in games where we've not won, like at the Etihad against Man City, I felt actually keeping the ball was no real issue of ours. I thought we actually looked quite good, especially against a team that are notorious for pressing quite well. The goal we scored at Anfield, the Lacazette slightly fluked goal, that came from some really good football out the back. So, look, that was just a final observation of mine. To round off, I thought we were excellent. The passing combinations and some of the football we played was brilliant. Creatively, we're looking a lot better, and the press was just relentless. And well done, Arteta. That was a really special, just a special win. Just a special performance.
It was.
And we move on from here now. This isn't the end.
Yeah.
We've got to build on it. We've got to beat Villa. If we don't beat Villa, this counts for nothing. But really happy with that.
So am I, and that's it from both of us. Thanks for watching the Stats Review Show with myself, Cecil G, and James B, after the 1-0 win against United. Get it.
This video is supported by Profit Accumulator. Profit Accumulator helps you to earn extra money by doing something called match betting. Match betting isn't gambling. And when you do it properly, and I mean properly, you can't lose. Now you always see these promotions by bookmakers like Ladbrokes, William Hill's, Corals, offering a £50 bonus to customers. So you sign up and you might place a £50 bet on a coin toss landing on heads and a £50 bet on the same coin toss landing on tails. Now whichever way it lands, it don't matter because you won't win or lose any money because you've covered all of the outcomes. However, you get the £50 bonus, so you're still £50 up. Now lots of people try to do match betting on their own, but it's very time consuming and not always easy if you don't know what you're doing. That's where Profit Accumulator come in. Even if you don't know anything about sports, they walk you through everything step by step, showing you how to accumulate money into your bank account. So get involved right now. Click the link in the description and sign up to Profit Accumulator right now.